Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most important and misunderstood topics in spirituality, the ego. What is it really? Is it your enemy? Is it something you need to kill off to awaken? Or could it be a misunderstood companion on your path? In this video, we're going to explore the role of the ego in your spiritual journey from a non-dual perspective. Let's get into it. Let's begin with a simple but powerful question. What is the ego? Most spiritual teachings talk about it. Many people want to get rid of it, and yet almost no one truly understands what it is. In the world of non-duality and genuine spiritual awakening, the ego isn't just some minor personality flaw or inflated sense of self. It is the very illusion of separateness that makes you think you are a separate person living a separate life. But here's where it gets tricky. If you misunderstand the ego, you'll either try to destroy it violently or protect it unconsciously, and both approaches will delay your awakening. So let's take our time and explore the ego deeply. Is it a friend or is it a foe? Should you fight it, love it, dissolve it, or work with it? The answer, as always in non-duality, is far more subtle than the extremes. To start, let's look at how the ego forms. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned into a personal identity. You were given a name, a gender, a race, a nationality. You were taught what to like and dislike, how to behave, how to think, and what success looks like. Over time, this collection of thoughts, memories, preferences, and roles turned into what you now call me. But here's the truth, that me is just a mental image. It's not real. It's not who you are. Now, this doesn't mean the ego is evil. In fact, it has a function. The ego helps you navigate the world. It gives structure to your experiences. It helps you survive. It's a tool of the mind, useful, but not ultimate. The problem begins when you think you are the ego. That identification with the ego is what causes all suffering. In non-duality, awakening is the shift from being identified with the ego to realizing your true nature as pure awareness, not the body, not the thoughts, not the identity, just presence. But this shift is not something you do. It's something that happens when the illusion of the ego starts to break down. So here's where many people get stuck. They hear that the ego is the problem, so they try to kill the ego. They go to war with their thoughts, their desires, their emotions. But you cannot kill the ego from the ego. That's just the ego fighting itself. Real transcendence doesn't come from fighting. It comes from seeing. When you see clearly what the ego is, just a bundle of thoughts and identifications, it starts to fall away on its own. But the ego doesn't go quietly. In fact, as you begin your spiritual journey, the ego often gets louder. It resists. It panics. It throws up fear, confusion, doubt. Why? Because it's dying. And to the ego, death is the ultimate threat. That's why many people feel like they're losing their minds during awakening. It's not you that's dying. It's the false identity. This is where compassion becomes essential. You must meet the ego with awareness, not hatred. Don't turn it into an enemy. Recognize that the ego is just a scared child trying to protect itself. Love it, but don't believe it. See through it, but don't suppress it. This is the delicate dance of awakening. Now, some people will say, but the ego is just a human thing. Can't I just keep it and live a balanced life? Sure you can. But know this, as long as you are identified with the ego, true freedom will always be just out of reach. The ego is the veil between you and reality. It's the dream character pretending to be real. An awakening is when you realize you are the dreamer, not the character. One of the biggest traps on the spiritual path is trying to make the ego spiritual. You'll start identifying as a spiritual person, or an awakened soul, or a light worker. You'll replace your old identity with a new, more refined one, but it's still ego. It's still the mind claiming something for itself. This is where many seekers get stuck for years, caught in spiritual ego, thinking they've arrived, but actually more deeply trapped than ever. The only way out is honesty, radical honesty. Can you admit that everything you think you are is just a story? Can you stop trying to be someone, even a spiritual someone, and just be? That's the beginning of real awakening. And when that begins, the ego no longer needs to be destroyed. It simply becomes transparent. It's like a cloud passing in the sky of awareness. It may still arise, but it doesn't control you anymore. You don't take it seriously. You don't mistake it for yourself. You allow it, and yet you remain free. So, is the ego a friend or a foe? It depends on how you relate to it. If you believe it, it's a prison. If you observe it, it becomes your teacher. If you cling to it, it hurts. If you see through it, it dissolves. Let this be your takeaway. The ego is not your enemy. It's your illusion. And illusions don't need to be attacked. They need to be understood. You don't need to fight the ego. You need to wake up from it. And that's what real spirituality is about. Not making the ego better, not fixing your personality, not manifesting your dream self, but seeing that there never was a separate self to begin with. So if you're on the spiritual path, take it slow. Watch the ego gently. Let it unravel. Don't try to become anything. Just return to what you already are, the silent witness behind all thoughts, the presence that never comes or goes. Thank you for watching. If this message resonates with you, stay connected. We'll continue exploring this mysterious and beautiful journey together. Until next time, stay aware, stay present, and keep dissolving what you are not. Namaste.